Hare Krishna, Mohini Madhavi here. In this video, I will tell you the reasons why you need to get married earlier so that you don't face the issues which I faced myself in my life. It is so difficult. So, I'm married for last 9 years. It's gonna be 10, I think, I hope. And I married late. I married when I was 27. My real age is revealed. Okay, so the first problem of getting married late is that you have very less choice among men to choose. You remember when you were like teenage years, like when you are so slim and your face is so tight and like you don't need any cosmetics and your hair doesn't have any white things and you're like so many boys wanna get married to you. That is the time you have so many options to choose from, and you don't choose in a desperate mood, but you choose the right person. So that's the first reasons why you need to get married a little earlier, so that you have good choices in life. You had good choice of proper husband in life, because you have more advantage. You're youthful, you are beautiful. Second advantage is that earlier you get married, it's easier to get kids than you do it later. I was married late and we had like 7 years of infertility issue. It was so miserable feeling that we were trying for having a kid, but we are not having. It is so bad feeling. Whereas I have my cousin sister who's like 5 years younger to me. She has right now 5 kids and all of them are like about my height. Lucky her. She got married when she was like in her 20s, when I was doing my studies and masters in India somewhere. But she got married. Now she has so many kids at home. It's not so boring inside. So that's the second reason. It's very easy to get kids when you get married a little bit earlier in life. Because infertility is a big issue. Right now, you may not feel in the same shoes, but I went through this. And I know so many of my friends who went through this. It's so painful. So it's better if you think about it. Now, the third reason why early marriage is best is that you don't get heartbroken so often, because girls' nature is like she wants to be married. So years pass, she will be in love with somebody, then that person is like leaves her, and then another person and another person and another person. Like your heart is like so many holes, and it's so heartbreaking, right? So if you get married a little bit earlier to the person whom you choose best out of all the good people, then you won't have that issue, because after marriage you are so satisfied that you don't need to look anywhere else other than your beloved husband. So that was the third reason. And the fourth reason is giving birth to kids earlier in life is actually will keep you beautiful even later in life. Here's the problem. Right now, when you're young, 20 years old or 18 years old, you may not understand what I'm telling. But I went through this, and I know many of my friends who went through this. They delivered their first baby when they were like 30 or above 30, and they faced the issues like stretch marks in the stomach or the sagging skin. It looks so bad that you don't want to look at yourself. Other problem is like body doesn't come back to its original shape. It may be some kind of material reasons, but for a woman, heartbreaking, really. It's so heartbreaking. Whereas when you give birth when you're like 20 years old, your skin is so elastic. It just comes up then goes down, comes up, then goes down. Collagen production is so nice that first, when you have your first baby, when you're young, when you have second, third babies, your body got used to it, your skin got used to it. So you can have all those babies and they can come out and you will come back to its original shape. I'm sorry, devotees, I'm revealing all these things, but besides being devotees, we also are girls and women, and we care about this so much. Fifth thing is, when you have kids earlier, you will be like in the same mentality with the kids. You want to spend a lot of time with kids, you like them, but when you grow older, like you're reaching your 40s or later 30s, you feel like it's just a waste of time to be with the kid. He's playing this cars, small cars, moving from one side into another. It's so boring to the older person. But when you're in your 20s, you'll just like play with the balls, play with the sand. I feel like that's one of the reasons why you need to get married earlier. Sixth reason is that spiritual reason. When you get married earlier, you can retire earlier, because in our Krishna Consciousness movement, it's advised that we enter into Vanaprastha ashram when we are in our 50s, when our kids are married and they are on their legs. But now when you are 32 or 36, you have your first child, you will be like, when you are gonna retire? When you are like 60 or 70 years old, those kids will get married and they find a job. That's so late. So that's the sixth reason why it's better you get married earlier. Now, you may ask the question, but Mohini Madhavi, in ISKCON, we have to control our senses. We come to the temple where we cannot look even to the boys. How do we meet devotees? How do we get married? It's so difficult. I can understand you. Now, this is a difficulty of religious organizations. Yes, we cannot meet devotees, and I went through those situations. But let me create another video about that, if you want it.